If you like me, you've watched every acne video on YouTube. Okay, let's talk skincare. Life is a highway. So today I'm going to be talking about my Accutane journey so far. Because it's not over. Today I have on mascara, and then I have on concealer under my eyes, on some bumps down here, and then powder all over my face. So I do have product on my face. However, I can insert pictures without makeup so you can see what it's like. And in vlogs, some of my vlogs have been wearing makeup so you can see it there too. But I had orientation today, so presentable. This is the current state of my face. Like I said, the powder didn't really cover anything, but yes, this is the current state. Okay, so I'll give a little background of my Accutane journey. I have had acne for a long time, probably since 6th grade, and then it got really bad in 7th grade, and I just finished senior year of high school. So for a long time I've had acne, and it didn't bother me. Like, I'll just be honest, it didn't bother me until someone close to me pointed it out. They literally only had to say it one time, and then I started paying attention to it. I was self-conscious about it, but not to the point yet where it affected like my daily life. Like, I still went out and did stuff, still took pictures. It bothered me like inside, but it didn't bother me yet until to the point where I didn't want to do stuff. So in 7th grade, I went to the dermatologist. They said, you know, like, I would put you on Accutane. However, my mom, she was totally against Accutane. And I know that there are some people that are like that, and there's some people, like dermatologists, that are all for it. And, you know, it just depends. So my mom was totally against it. She was like, absolutely not. Like, we're not going on Accutane. We'll do everything else. So I started out on antibiotics. This was in the 7th grade. I started out on antibiotics and a topical cream. The topical cream didn't do anything. I just used it until the bottle was gone. And then I took an antibiotic called doxycycline. Took that antibiotic for as long as I could take it, which I think was 4 months before your body, like, you know, like, gets used to it or whatever. And my skin cleared up. So a little bit like summer of 7th grade, right after 7th grade, I had clear skin for the most part because of the antibiotic. However, the moment that I stopped taking an antibiotic because I couldn't take it any longer, it all came back. And like 4 times worse, it came back. So 8th grade, it was there. It was in its process of coming back, if that makes sense. So I definitely had acne, and I have pictures that I can put in of that time frame. 8th grade, I took no medication. 9th grade, I took no medication. 10th grade, I took no medication, but I started going to a spa. And you're like, why would you go to a spa? Like, what? But it was a med spa, so like a half medical, half spa. Like, they had a doctor in there, but only like certain days. Like, their main thing was being a spa. But they did hydrofacials twice a week, or as much as I possibly could, because I couldn't go twice a week every week. I would go and get a hydrofacial. So I did that, and then I also did IPL, which, if you don't know what IPL is, it is a laser. It stands for intense pulsating light, but it's a laser treatment. So I would do that as well while I was there. You know, the treatment was probably fantastic, and I know it cost a ton of money to be getting those facials every week, or as much as we possibly could go, because it was a few towns down. It was a little drive, but it didn't do anything to treat the acne. The acne was still there, still rampant. Literally, it didn't even calm it down a little bit. Like, the acne was full blown through the laser, through the exfoliating, like, I mean, everything about it. Then I go to the dermatologist. You have sebaceous glands in your face, really throughout your body, but in your face, that produce oil, and that's what can cause your acne. So it was another form of laser. So I did the treatment for that, and it did absolutely nothing, and it hurt. So I didn't like that one, but we did the treatment for that, and it did that thing again. So basically, the sebaceous laser treatment was supposed to just stop it from the outside, like shrink that gland from the outside, whereas Accutane shrinks it from the inside, and it didn't work for me. So that was 10th grade. 11th grade, I didn't do anything during the school year, and then summer after 11th grade came around, and it was really bad, and I was begging my mom. I was like, we have to do something, like nothing is working. Like honestly, like I was tried everything, even natural remedies, like nothing is working. I need to go on Accutane. Like at this point it was like I didn't want to take pictures, I didn't want to go out with friends. Like I had a full face of makeup on every day, even if I was just going to school. Like I had a full face of makeup on, and which didn't even cover it. Like it just made me feel better a little bit. So it's like I need to go on Accutane, like I have to do it. And my mom kind of realized at this point too that like it was the kind of the last resort option for me. Like there was no other antibiotic I could go on. There was nothing else that I could do. I did facials for an entire year that did nothing. Like I did laser treatment for an entire year that did nothing. And so it was like, okay, like this is what we have to do. So summer of 11th grade came around and I went to a different dermatologist. Basically those dermatologists kind of not talked my mom into it, because my mom knew that this was the last resort, but kind of just eased her a little bit about like their treatment option of Accutane. And so my mom agreed to let me and my sister go on Accutane in July of 2019. Don't know about Accutane. For girls, it can cause serious birth defects, so you have to be on birth control, and I had to fail 2 pregnancy tests before I could start the Accutane drug, which meant, well, it didn't mean that I had to go on birth control, but I had to be on the birth control for 2 months before I could start the actual Accutane. Pretty sure it was like July 30th I started birth control, and I've been on the same birth control since. It's called Nikki. So it's called Nikki. It's a form of Yaz birth control. Don't ask me what that means. I didn't even know that that's what I was taking until like literally a few days ago. Looks like this. And so I've been on birth control since July of 2019. Took that, failed my 2 pregnancy tests, and September 30th I was able to start Accutane. So I started out on 30 milligrams once a day. I just took a 30 milligram pill. That month went by. Then I started, so basically I just say that month of October, because September 30th, you know. So like October, I was on 30 milligrams. November, I handled 30, so we doubled my dose, and I was on 60 milligrams. So I was taking 30 milligram pills. You could take them both at the same time, but I think I chose to do one in the morning and one at night just because I did. That was November. Nothing was happening. My sister's skin was getting better. Mine was not. It was almost getting worse. Like it actually was worse. So December came around, and at this point I had actually swapped dermatologists again, and she said to stay on 60 milligrams for the month of December and also take a steroid. So that's when I just started taking prednisone, and I did 2 tablets daily for 10 days, and then the rest of the month, so for the other 20 days in the month, 21 days, whatever, I just took 1 tablet. So I took the steroid with the 60 milligram Accutane, and it helped maybe like the redness go away a little bit, but everything was still there and still coming on strong. So I was like, I guess nothing's working for me, because also, if you don't know, on Accutane, to get off of Accutane you have to be completely clear for 2 months. Okay, well I was supposed to be on a 6-month course and I'm 3 months in. So my face should be very good, like almost to the point of being clear, because after January I had to be clear for 2 whole months. Okay, and my face was worse than when I started. So I was like so done. I was like, I'm gonna be on Accutane for the rest of my life, or I'm just gonna have acne for the rest of my life. Like I don't know what to do. So then we go back in January and I get bumped up to 80 milligrams. So now I'm taking 40 milligrams twice a day, 80 milligrams total a day. And I didn't notice anything again. And I was like, it wasn't worse. It was not getting worse like it was in November, December, but I didn't notice any improvement. So in case you're wondering, it's called Zentane. And I took, again, this is the 40 milligrams, and they're different colors depending on if you're 30, 40, 60. I took that all of January. Took it all of February. I stayed on the 80 for February. And then March, which was supposed to be my last month, still taking 80. Still, it's not getting worse at this point, but it's still coming. Like it's still progressing. Like nothing is ending. Nothing is near the end. And March was supposed to be my last month. I was supposed to be done April 6th. My April appointment comes around and I'm like, it's not better. And at this point, so March was our 6th month. My sister's done, has been clear since December. Like she good, she gone. So she stopped taking it. She did her 6 months course and it worked fine. Never had issues, nothing. Me over here, I'm like, yeah. So I stay on it again for April. So this is my 7th month now and still on 80 milligrams. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Wow, I'm in my 8th month. Okay, so 7th month happens, stay on 80, still nothing. So then, and like on that phone call, I just told her it's not getting better. And she was like, okay, stay on your 80. Well, then my May appointment comes around, which is the month we are currently in. It is May 18th of 2020. So this is my 8th month, and I sent her pictures this time for the phone appointment because we still weren't allowed to go into the office. And she was like, yeah. So she actually called in another doctor to come look at it and like all this stuff. I am still on 80 milligrams a day, but now I have a topical to put on it. It is called clindamycin. So it's called clindamycin, and I put this on twice a day, just in the morning when I wash my face and at night when I wash my face. And so I wash my face, put this on, and then moisturizer. I like it. It feels good on my face and it doesn't burn or sting or anything. So on May, I'm on 80 milligrams clindamycin, which is a topical lotion, as well as another pill. So it is called spironolactone. Spironolactone. I don't know. So I just take one of these at breakfast. If you look up the name of this drug, it's actually a blood pressure medicine, but it's also apparently in the birth control that you take. This is just a larger amount of it than what's in the birth control. So it's a blood pressure medicine, but it helps with acne, apparently. I will say that when I started taking this, which has just been May, it does make my workouts harder. Like I have to sit out and like my water breaks are longer. But I don't have any blood pressure issues, and I'm taking a blood pressure medicine, so you know, you understand. For May, 80 milligrams, clindamycin, and spironolactone. That's how you say it, spironolactone. So now I'm on 3 things for May. Again, I have to be clear for 2 months before I can come off of the medicine, so that puts me till July. And I'm getting clear, but I'm not clear yet. So that could push me into August or September. So I could go on a 12 or 13 month course, even though it's only supposed to be 6 months. So that's why I'm saying this is my journey until now, because I am still on Accutane, still going strong every day. Yeah, so if you would like for me to keep you guys updated on my 8, 9, and 10 and however long this journey takes, let me know. So this doesn't really matter at all, but my brand of Accutane did get changed. It just went to a cheaper one, kind of. So now I take Absorbica is the name of it, but still 40 milligrams, whatever. That just happened this month. But the difference between the name brand, they don't make the name brand Accutane anymore. It's all off-brand, but the same drug. Isotretinoin. Whatever. You've heard it with all the videos, because if you like me, you've watched every Accutane video on YouTube to try and learn about it. So the only difference is with any other brand besides Absorbica, you have to take your Accutane with fatty foods for it to be absorbed in your body, or else it just goes through and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. But Absorbica, it absorbs even if you don't take it with fatty foods. So I like that. That's the only difference. It's still just normal medicine. Some videos didn't talk about this, but you have to go to like a website. It's called iPledge. It's the iPledge program. You can look it up, but it's basically a government regulated site of Accutane, and every month before your pharmacy will give you your month's prescription of Accutane, you have to answer these questions, and your answers have to match up with your dermatologist answers. It's not a big deal. It's the same questions every time, and it's basic questions that you know the answer to. But so this drug, like, it is government regulated, and you do have to answer questions before it's given to you and all kinds of stuff. I don't have anything bad to say about Accutane. I just wish it would have worked sooner for me, but each person, you know, like, to each their own. I can't do anything to speed up the process. I've done everything I can. So I'm on month 8 right now. I guess I can give you one more look at my face if it'll load. So and I'll just point all my spots out to you guys. So these are my two main ones that are going away because I just got back from the beach and, you know, salt air, vitamin D and everything. But those are my two main ones right now. They're covered up with concealer. Scars all down here. Scars, 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 scars. These scars are kind of going away. I never really got any on my nose. Usually if I got like a bump or anything, it'd be in the crease, and they never left any scars. They weren't that big. There's some scars around here, but it's like covered by freckles. I also would get them, and I'm sure there are scars in my hairline by both ears, and then occasionally up in my part hairline too. I don't currently have any there, and I don't know if there's scars or not there. So my main problem area is like here down, so like cheekbone down. I would also get them on my jawline, and I don't really look at my jawline because, you know, it's down, but I'm sure there's scars because these would hurt, and I would get a lot of them on my jawline. I used to also get like shoulder and back acne, and it's occasional now, and it's probably just because I let my hair soak in conditioner like all over my back. So that's probably something I can fix, but again, it's very occasional and it's not anything. Never got it on my chest even to begin with, so it wasn't really anything to clear up. So that is my 8-month, 7.5 month Accutane journey so far. Experience, journey, whatever you want to call it. If you have any questions about Accutane, I'm sure I could probably answer it, as long as it's not like medical. I would suggest talking to your dermatologist about a medical question. But in terms of side effects I've had, pain, anything like that, feel free to ask. I feel like I've been on it long enough. But again, not a professional, so if you have any questions that a professional should ask, go to a professional. Hope you enjoyed it. Life is a highway.